Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Today what I wanted to share with you is a little bit of a different video. You guys know if you watch my channel that you can get a variety of content on here. And today's video is going to be about art. Personally, art is something I'm very passionate about. It's something that I really enjoy doing. And even though in college I ended up pursuing engineering and a very technical field, I really do use the creative side of my brain a lot. And art is just something that I find so relaxing and enjoyable. So today's discussion specifically is going to be about digital versus traditional art. So let's get into it. So a little bit more about my background. In high school, one of the main core subjects that I tested in was art. And so I got to really hone in on my art skills and research and really dig into practicing and using a lot of different art techniques. And I remember in high school there was one student who his art pieces were always the discussion. They were always a topic discussion in our art classes because his pieces were immaculate and they were just amazing, and everyone was just amazed at how his artwork turned out. And the key was that he used digital software. And so that made his art pieces look really sleek and professional. And so that really caught my eye and drew my attention to digital software. But in high school, mostly what I did was traditional art methods. I did a lot of paintings, drawings. I even ended up doing a little bit of 3D artwork as well. But my main focus was drawing and paintings. And my overall theme for my artwork was making the ordinary extraordinary. And this really allowed me to do whatever I basically wanted to do with my artwork, because it's just, the theme is pretty broad there. So I got to play around with a lot of things. I got to do a lot of research on different artists. One art style that I really enjoyed was photorealism, because I think it's just so amazing how some artists can create a piece and it looks exactly like a photo or like something that you would see in real life. So that was one style I really enjoyed. And so if you guys are interested in seeing more of my artwork, like my sketchbook or art pieces that I've done in the past, let me know in the comment section below. I think it's always fun to look back at these things and just see how much you've grown in your art journey. But if you guys are interested, let me know. So the traditional method is mostly what I used in high school. But eventually, after I graduated college, I started getting into digital art. And for one of my birthdays, I was given a drawing tablet, and you can see the size here. And with that, I was able to start making more professional pieces of art. Stuff that I had used for my mom's blog to help her out with that and her Etsy shop. And it was really the start of my digital art journey. And this year, I've been blessed and fortunate for my birthday this year, I was fortunate to get this drawing tablet. And it has its screen, and you can see the size, and it's very useful in the art that I'm creating, and a lot easier to use than the previous tablet I had before. But I really enjoy creating artwork this way. So really throughout my whole art journey, I've used both traditional methods and digital methods and created both pieces of art. But let's discuss what are the pros of each. So for traditional art, the first pro is familiarity. From a very young age, we know how to grab a crayon, a pencil, and a piece of paper and draw and color something. And so, it's a familiar sort of feeling that you have with having those physical things in front of you and just your hand, and those tools that you're using. So a lot of people are more comfortable with this versus digital devices that you may have to use to create digital art, because it's like the whole situation where you give your grandparents a smartphone and they don't know exactly what to do with it. But in the case of a piece of paper and a pencil, everyone is pretty familiar with using those. So the first pro is familiarity. The second pro is control. This kind of goes along with the familiarity, but basically how you have that feeling of the pencil in your hand, the crayon in your hand, the paintbrush, and so you know exactly what you're going to get out of your artwork because you're using your hand to do it. And there's not any digital tech or digital apps that may glitch and may not give you exactly what you're looking for. With physical mediums, you're able to use what you have, and it's something that you can feel a little bit more comfortable with. Versus digital, where they're giving you all sorts of gadgets that may not give you the best feeling. And the last pro for traditional art is authenticity. Not to say that traditional art is more authentic than digital art, but it kind of does feel that way because it feels like you're putting your efforts, your blood, sweat, and tears into creating an art piece. And so you're not really having, technology help you cheat a little by assisting you in any way. It's just you just physically putting in the time and efforts to do it. And for this reason, when I am fortunate and blessed enough to have my own home, I want to create some sort of art piece that I make, the traditional way, like a painting or a drawing. And that's something that I want to frame and put on my wall to just make the house feel unique. And it'll be something that, I created, and it will give me the feeling that it's an authentic thing, that I have created. And so authenticity is a big thing with traditional art. When you go to the museum, you see, yes, you do see some digital art pieces, but you also see a lot of those old paintings and drawings that are iconic, and those are all done by hand, and those are real works of art. So it kind of gives you more of a feeling, with traditional mediums, that you are creating something that is truly authentic. Now, moving over to the digital side, what is the first pro for that? I would have to say the finish. Like I mentioned with my fellow classmates' art pieces, the finish and the sleeker look that he can get with using digital software, it just trumps anything you can do by hand, because you may have a shaky hand, you may have, materials that aren't as clean, or there may be some defects in them. But with digital software, you can blend everything smoothly and nicely, and it will give you that professional look that you're looking for. So I would say digital mediums is the way to go on this. Number 2 pro for digital art is adaptability. And this is just summarizing the fact that with digital pieces, you can go back and rework them, and it's much easier to rework them. With physical things, you may not be able to do exactly what you want. It may just be something that's set in stone and there's nothing you can do to edit. But, you can go back in, smooth up lines, straighten lines, tweak this here, tweak that there, and make your art piece into whatever you want. Changing the color schemes, changing the size to fit a postcard versus a poster. There's so many things that you can do. So technology makes it really, really easy this way. And the last pro for digital art is accessibility. And this kind of goes along with adaptability. Because everything is stored on the computer, you're able to access that file whenever you want to. It's not going to be like traditional art where in some cases it may deteriorate, it may fade, but with the digital art, you can always pull it up again, you can always reprint it, you can transfer it from here to there and share it wherever you want to, and so that makes it a lot easier to pull it up whenever you want to. So those are the 3 pros for traditional art and 3 pros for digital art. They both have their pluses and minuses, their benefits and their setbacks, but which one overall is better? Personally, I would have to say digital art, because I have really only scratched the surface with this, and I'm excited to see what else I can do with it. It just allows you to do so many different things and gives you so many options, and you do get that professional and sleek look that, just elevates your art piece to another level. Not to say that traditional art isn't great too. I really enjoy this method of doing art, traditional drawing and painting, and that's something that I'm definitely going to be doing still in the future. But I'm excited to see where digital art will take me. So that is my personal opinion. But it really all depends on what you want in your art pieces, what type of style you want to do. And there are so many different art tools available to artists nowadays to create things of art. I mean, really art is subjective, so it's whatever you want it to be. And it's really just whatever you want to see in your art. So I hope this video was enjoyable for you guys. I hope it gave you something, some information that you guys can take away. I'm just sharing my personal opinion, and I really, like I said, enjoyed using both. But both have their pros and cons, and both can give you some really great art pieces. So leave down in the comment section below if you know of any cool art, digital tech gear that's out there, or some really cool traditional art styles that you really enjoy. All right, see you guys next time.